This is the part 2 of a blood group. This is the part 2 of the blood group. Next is RH factor or rhesus factor. RH factor or rhesus factor. RH factor is nothing but it is an antigen. It is an antigen. That is nothing but antigen D. Antigens are present on the membrane of RBC. Antigens are present on the membrane of RBC. Clear for you? So, this antigen T present in human as well as rhesus monkey. First time it is observed in this rhesus monkey, therefore name rhesus factor or RH factor. Later it is observed in human beings. Presence of this antigen on the surface of the RBC, there are two groups of individual in human beings. That is RH positive individual and RH negative individual. RH positive individual and RH negative individual. RH positive individuals are those, they consist of this antigen D on their surface of RBC. Antigen D on their surface of RBC. And RH negative individual are those which do not consist this antigen D on the surface of their RBC. Here RH factor is present on the surface of RBC. RH factor is absent on the surface of RBC. On the survey, 85%, more than 85% individual consist of this RH antigen or RH factor and they become RH positive individual, and remaining 50% do not consist of this RH factor or antigen D on the surface of their RBC and they become RH negative individual. Clear for you? This is for the RH factor. Inheritance of this RH factor follows the Mendelian inheritance. Inheritance of this RH factor follows the Mendelian inheritance. The gene is responsible for the RH factor or antigen D is dominant R. The gene which is responsible for the inheritance of this antigen D is capital R. Okay. Its recessive allele is small r, which do not produce antigen D. This is responsible for production of antigen D and it is dominant allele. This is the recessive allele which do not produces antigen D. Clear for you? Understood? In RH positive individual may be homozygous, that means they consist of both dominant R, or heterozygous, that means capital R small r, but RH negative individual always in homozygous condition. They consist of both recessive alleles. They are in homozygous condition, consist of both recessive alleles. Clear? Try to understand the inheritance of this rhesus factor or RH factor. Suppose both the parents are positive, RH positive. Both the parents are RH positive. Then what are the genotype in them? They may be homozygous or they may be heterozygous. First consider both are in homozygous condition. Then what happens? These are the gametes and individual become RH positive. Clear? If one parent is homozygous, another parent is heterozygous, then what happens? This is the gametes and these are the possibility of their offsprings. So RH positive, RH positive, because this capital R is dominant over small r. Next, another condition, both are in heterozygous condition. Both are in heterozygous condition. Then what happens? These are the gametes. These are the gametes. Then means capital R, capital R, capital R, smaller, capital R, smaller, smaller, smaller. Positive, 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 negative. So, both the parents are positive, then there may be possibility of production of Rh negative offspring when both the parents are in heterozygous condition. This follows the simple Mendelian inheritance. This follows simple Mendelian inheritance. Clear for you? Suppose both the parents are Rh negative. Both are Rh negative. Then their offsprings are Rh negative only. Then their offsprings are Rh negative only. Clear? In blood transfusion also, it plays a most important role. Rh positive blood cannot donate it to Rh negative individual. Why this is so? Suppose we donated Rh positive blood to Rh negative individual. Then the blood of Rh negative individual becomes sensitized. It becomes sensitized and it develops the antibody against the antigen D. It develops the antibody against the antigen D. If the same person once again receives the Rh positive blood, agglutinization of RBC take place and cause the death of the individual. Understood? What happens? Suppose we donated Rh positive blood to Rh negative individual. Then their blood become sensitized and start to develop antibody D. Antibody D. Okay? Antibody D. Suppose another time we transfer this Rh positive blood to this Rh negative individual, then this anti-D recognizes antigen D and agglutinization occurs. Finally death of the person. Finally death of this person occurs. Understood? So similarly Rh negative blood also cannot donate it to Rh positive individual. Rh positive blood cannot donate it to Rh negative. Rh negative blood cannot donate it to Rh positive individual. This Rh factor also play an important role in pregnancy. Consider if a marriage between Rh negative women and Rh positive men, then their children may be Rh positive or Rh negative. Rh positive or Rh negative. It is purely depend upon whether father is homozygous or heterozygous. Whether father is homozygous or heterozygous to Rh factor. Homozygous or heterozygous to Rh factor. Consider father is homozygous. Then their all children are Rh positive. Then their all children are Rh positive. Now consider during the first pregnancy of this women, if by chance this fetal blood, Rh positive fetal blood enters into the mother bloodstream, then this mother blood becomes sensitized. Mother blood becomes sensitized and start to create antibodies, start to develop antibodies against the Rh antigen, start to develop antibodies against the Rh antigen. During first time, it is the production is very less. During the first time, the production is very less. So first baby may be normal, first childbirth may be normal, but the time of second pregnancy, if same thing occurs again, then more antibodies are produced or significant amount of antibodies are produced against the Rh antigen, which enters into the circulatory system of this fetal blood. This enters into the circulatory system of the fetal blood, and agglutinization occurs in RBC of the fetus. Agglutinization occurs in the RBC of the fetus. As a result, this fetus dies. As a result, this fetus dies in the womb of the mother. This fetus dies in the womb of the mother and dead baby is delivered out. This is called as stillbirth, and this disease is called as erythroblastosis fetalis. This is called as erythroblastosis fetalis. Erythroblastosis fetalis. Understood? It can be prevented also by injecting a RhoGAM injection. Which injection? RhoGAM injection. It is nothing but anti-D. RhoGAM injection to the mother few hours before the childbirth. Okay, clear for you? This is the pregnancy complication. Based on the Rh factor. Understood? This is for Rh factor. Now try to understand a little bit about this Bombay blood group. What is Bombay blood group? Bombay blood group is also called as small h blood group. It is also known as small h blood group. It is first time observed in the person of Mumbai. Therefore, it is called as Bombay blood group. Believed that this Bombay blood group is arised from the mutation occurs in the blood group. Due to the mutation, this blood group is created. Okay. Normally, O negative is the rare blood group. But now, this Mumbai blood group is a rare blood group. Try to understand. As we all know, in a ABO blood group, antigen A and antigen B is responsible. Okay. In blood group O, both antigen A and B are absent. But it consists of antigen H. Suppose in a blood group O, this antigen H is absent. Then blood group become Bombay blood group. Understood? In this Bombay blood group, antigen A is absent, antigen B is absent, and antigen H is also absent. This H antigen is present in all blood group except this Bombay blood group. Understood? Absence of this antigen H, the O blood group become Bombay blood group. Most commonly, this Bombay blood group diagnosed as O negative blood group because in both the antigens are absent, but in O negative, H antigen is present. In a Bombay blood group, no H antigen. This is the major difference between O negative and Bombay blood group. This Bombay blood group can donate it to any person. Okay, because they do not consist of any antigen. But for them, we can donate blood from another Bombay blood group person. This is the end of the slide.
So thank you everyone for your attention.